So Japanese podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things uniquely Japanese. I'm John.
My name is Ryusuke.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Today's episode,
Yes.
we're going to talk about
Japanese subculture.
Yeah. So, again, going back to maybe that's Japan is an island and they're so insulated. They have a lot of different subcultures.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a few episodes about different subcultures that you can find in Japan. Today we're gonna touch on two.
Yeah.
So first, Ryusuke, why do you think Japan has so many different subcultures?
Well, because in general, Japanese people are they care about like how they look from others. So
they care about how other people see them or think about them.
Or even like they want to show their own character, their own personality.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the subculture is the good way to like pick one of
express yourself.
Yeah. And what you like, and you become one of those type of people. Yeah.
I think the different subcultures in Japan are so visible. Like when they I don't know, how do you say, join a subculture or are part of a subculture, like they go full in.
Yeah.
They kind of live that life.
Yeah.
Why do you think they do it so hardcore?
I think in a way, Japanese mindset is very like otaku mindset, because like when you hear otaku, it sounds like just people love anime or manga, but really otaku means in Japanese it's like you're really into something. Yeah, deep.
Yeah, deep. You're fully invested into it.
Yeah. So if you like other stuff, for example, what like vintage clothes or something like motorcycle, anything, right? Yeah. And then you can say, yeah, I'm otaku with this.
Maybe that's why also you saying that they have that otaku mindset. That's why when the Japanese do something or attempt to do something, they do it really well. They try to do it really well.
Yeah.
Japanese ceramics, food, sushi guys, right? Like they invest their whole life into it now.
A lot of people. Yeah.
So we read somewhere that because Japan kind of suppresses people, like in school, you have to dress the same
costume,
same uniform, same hairstyle, and then at work, uniformed, or you got to wear a suit, business attire. They kind of want everyone to look the same.
So that's the culture. Like Japanese people want you guys follow same order. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so because of that, you got to follow the same order. There's extra rebellion.
Yeah.
You want to be extra rebellious.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I met a teacher, high school teacher in Japan, and they said that their principal told them to teach the kids like it was a field of cabbage. So in a classroom,
I heard that. Yeah.
everyone's cabbage. So they all grow at the same rate. They're the same size. They look the same. You don't get like one cabbage that is bigger
than
the other, right? You want to make everyone the same, which is kind of not the same in Western culture. You know, maybe in Western culture
is more like respect for all
individual, right?
Yeah.
To express yourself.
Yeah.
To have more of an identity. But in Japan, you're made to be the same almost.
Yeah.
So then because of that, thankfully, you get all these different subcultures in Japan that makes Japan more interesting and colorful.
Yeah.
So the two subcultures we're going to touch on today are...
The first one?
Yeah, first one is...
Gyaru culture.
Gyaru.
Ganguro, Kogyaru, Yamamba.
So so these are like all those words that Ryusuke just said. It's like almost like levels or stages of
the
Gyaru life.
Yeah.
So we would ask you to go on Google and type in Ganguro. Ganguro.
Ganguro.
Yeah, Ganguro. Check on Google Images and you'll have a good idea of how this subculture looks like.
Yeah.
Quite extreme, actually. Like living there, I had no idea about Japanese culture when I moved there, but seeing those
tan skin,
crazy makeup, maybe not crazy, like but extreme makeup,
eyeshadow.
I was surprised. Like I've never seen this type of culture before.
Yeah, the fashion.
Yeah, they don't exist in North America, but they really stand out. And I read somewhere that they kind of died off now, but I think there's a resurgence. That style is coming back.
Yeah.
But living there like 15, 16, 17 years ago, it was like right in the middle of the popularity of Ganguro.
Yeah, because it started like when I was junior high, so it was like 20 something years ago.
Okay.
I was on that time.
Yes.
When they become big. I remember like my sister became that too.
Oh really?
Yeah. So like she was just normal girl, and like when she became high school student and she started wearing like even for the high school costume, all the girls they wanted to be kind of unique, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. In a good way. So all those girls start wearing like short mini skirt. They have like regular size, regular lengths of skirt, but they
roll it up or
exactly
shorten it.
Yeah, they custom everything, and then socks are very loose
and baggy. Yeah,
it's called loose socks.
Okay.
And even the loose socks has couple different level.
Oh really? The looser you are, the more hardcore you are.
Exactly. Seriously, because like my friends are wearing like loose socks, regular loose socks, which is like white cotton with like a thick material, and you can tell like it's very loose because like it's a long socks, but they don't wear all the way up. They purposely keep down.
Okay.
So it looks very unique. It's almost like a
legging, like
it's like a neck warmer.
Yeah.
On the foot.
Almost like maybe 80s aerobics.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
How they wear their socks.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the regular loose socks. But my sister was wearing called super loose socks. Yeah. They say super loose. So there's no it all the way go down. So to me,
you're not even wearing socks.
No, they're wearing socks, but I always don't get offensive. But I always telling my sister, your foot looks like a elephant.
Oh, okay.
Because the loose socks became like
it makes the bottom of your leg
is like
really
wide. Yeah.
So I guess with all youth around the world, when you hit your teenage years, you're experimenting, you're trying to find yourself.
You wanted to express yourself.
Yeah, you're going to dress differently.
Yeah.
So it could be a phase. It could last for the whole life. But so let's talk about
the
Gyaru, how it started.
So around 1990s, there was a famous singer called Namie Amuro. She was like biggest pop singer at that time.
Okay.
And then she's from Okinawa. So naturally she has a little bit tanning skin. And that's why people start going, how to say, like
Tanning salon?
Yeah. So like all the youth ladies goes to there. Sometimes they go like several times a day.
Oh my god.
And then tanning their skin. And Nami Amuro looks like a short skirt with a tight shirt with long boot with very thick sole.
Platform.
Okay. Yeah. So basically all the girls are wearing that type of clothes.
Is inspired by her.
Yeah. And those people, we call those ladies Amura.
Oh, like they're her fans.
Exactly. Yeah.
So again, with all these subcultures, it starts from like an act of rebellion, right? From the normal Japanese way.
Yeah.
And there's a term I found, nadeshiko, and that's like the traditional standard of beauty.
The
standard Japanese
women
standard of beauty. And what's that standard?
Very calm, kind, and polite,
submissive.
And it's almost like you respect guys,
men. Okay.
It's just because of Japanese culture, right?
Traditional. With any culture, traditional culture.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like that, right?
Yeah.
They look they keep their hair black
and
super light skin
and like
small lips
with like clean clothes.
Yes.
Not too bright.
Yes. But so they wanted to rebel from that standard.
Yeah. So they wanna show we are like it's not like we don't care about this old culture, right?
Yeah.
All those like teenage youth ladies, they wanna make sure that they have their own culture.
It's also their way to show like equality, right? Like I don't have to be submissive to a man.
Exactly. Why we have to be polite to men?
Yeah.
Men should be polite to women.
Yeah.
Which I love that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And that's why they start becoming like looks very extremely like not crazy, but
they just take it to the extreme, right?
Yeah.
It's like their way of saying fuck you to the norm of society. Yeah. So again, ganguro, gang means extremely, really super.
Yeah.
And guro means tan. So
yeah.
It just means
dark. Yeah.
Yeah. Extremely dark, extremely tan.
Yeah.
So again, GANGURO. Really Google image it and you get an idea.
And the level of these youth ladies from Kogyaru and Ganguro Gyaru, and there's another one called Yamamba.
So would you say Yamamba is like the most extreme?
Yamamba is most extreme.
So that's YAMANBA.
Yamamba, yes.
Yamamba.
Yeah. And this verse is from like a old story about like there's an old lady living in the mountain by herself, and then like she's eating babies or whatever. It's all like made it up story, but we think that lady is almost like a demon.
Okay.
So we say like Yamamba means Yama is mountain. Ba means old lady. So because how she looks like, it's like a very how can I say, like a wild hair with like a crazy face.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't say crazy face.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
So generally, for men and women, men are within this culture too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the characteristics just by the looks of how they look. So blonde hair,
blonde hair, dye. Well, some girls are even white hair.
Oh, so they even bleach it really.
Yeah, so like Yamamba, there are a lot of them like white hair.
Okay, so they're really trying to go against this Japanese traditional standard ability of having black hair. Super tan skin. Like I remember seeing how dark they tan their skin. Like it looked almost unhealthy, cancerous.
Yeah.
Black eyeliner.
Also white eyeliner. Blue.
Okay. Yeah, you see in the cosmetics section of stores, they sell like white concealer and they just use it to like draw on their nose.
Yeah.
Like it's really or under their eye. The contrast is huge. Bright colored clothing. So like mini skirts, a lot of color. A lot of necklaces, bracelets. As you said, platform shoes or boots.
Platform shoes, and then many times they're wearing like it looks like a Hawaiian brand. So
colorful, you would think.
Very colorful, and like some clothing has like hibiscus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so bright Hawaiian inspired clothing.
Yeah, I don't know why.
The big colored contacts. So that's how they look. And I guess because that's how they look, you obviously know that their mindset is non-traditional.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And what they like to do is para dancing.
Para dance. Yeah.
Para dancing. Google that as well, or check on YouTube. Para dance. Para dance.
They use the Eurobeat.
Eurobeats. Okay. Okay.
With dancing with hand, and then mostly the just stepping like.
Yeah, it's not really leg movement.
No, it's
right?
mostly just, like up body.
Yeah, they're just stepping side to side.
Yeah,
but their arms are like
everywhere.
Yeah, and it's all choreographed. I remember one night I was in Osaka and we were like going to different clubs, and we went into this club not knowing that it was like a Gangaro club, and I went in and. Super disco lighting, flashing lasers, just like how we described how they look. And everyone in the club were dancing the same moves. So I guess every song has the same choreographed moves.
Yeah.
And they all knew them. It was in unison.
They all knew, yeah.
And it's not like they're dancing with each other. It's more like side by side, like almost like line dancing style.
Yeah.
It was a trip to see.
Yeah,
it was really a trip to see. I remember trying to like chat some girls up, but they don't speak English. Like, I think the Gangaro subculture is still very Japanese. Like
it's super Japanese.
Even though you might think they might be inspired how they look to like Western culture standards of beauties, right? Like big blonde hair. But I couldn't talk to them. Like, I'd like to experience.
They're also kind of like scared sometimes.
Yeah, they look. They look really extreme.
Yeah.
But yeah, they lived that life. The apartment building that I was living, there was a Gangaro girl.
Oh yeah.
That lived in the building, and even just going to the convenience store, they full makeup.
Yeah.
Full makeup, full hair, the baggy socks, like you said, super short skirt. You're just going down to the convenience store, but
because they're obsessed about like
they're about
how
that
they
life.
look like. And again, like I remember I was on that time, so like a lot of my friends even like they're normal, but like next year half of them will become tanning, and then school break. Like I mean during the class, and then there's a break time, and then they go gather and then do palapa somewhere in the school.
Yeah, it's really common in Japan to for like teenage people to at nighttime dance outside the JR stations because the window or the glass provides reflection, and they practice. That's how they knew the moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So they go practice at the JR station at night on the weekdays after school.
Then
and
they go nightclub.
on the weekends.
Weekends.
And that's why they all know. Because I was thinking, how do they all know the same dance? It's
Well,
crazy.
they're watching videos and then play dance together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did your parents think when your sister experimented with ganguro?
No, my sister was actually no ganguro,
Oh.
but yeah. Instead, except tanning skin, she was everything. So like color contact lens.
Okay.
And yeah, but I never seen she was dancing.
Okay.
And for sure, my parents don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Because like my parents like do whatever you want, right? Yeah, as long as you don't make problem with others, you're okay. But I don't know. I guess she was making problem. Sorry,
Okay,
my
so
sister.
that's ganguro. Again, please check it out on Google it.
Yeah, for sure you're gonna find out so many
Yeah, very
interesting
interesting
yeah,
of how they look.
yeah.
Definitely, when you think of Japan, you wouldn't think of that subculture. So the next one
Yep.
is one I really love to watch at the parks.
Yeah.
They look so cool. And that's rockabilly.
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 It's
So
obviously from Western culture.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's from the American rockabilly style. So like from the 1950s rock and roll. Think Elvis.
Elvis.
Think Grease, the movie Grease. And that's how they look like. And it's common to find them on the weekends dancing in parks.
At the parks or yeah.
So they'll blast 50s rock and roll music and just
And they just like
dance.
yeah.
They like
How to say this dance?
I'm not sure. Like it's kind of like twisting.
Yeah,
the
twist. Yeah.
And then the guys would comb their hair, pretend to comb their hair at the same time.
Full setup, leather jacket and leather pants.
Exactly. So for the men, they will have the pompadour hairstyle, like Elvis, super big hair.
Yeah.
The big curl.
In Japanese,
front.
we say "lisent."
What?
Lisent.
That's the hairstyle?
Yeah, like I don't know why we call lisent.
Recent.
Yeah,
How do you spell that?
I don't. In Japanese,
Recent.
lisent.
Is it like Japanglish?
I guess so. If you don't know, I guess so.
Recent.
Anyway,
So yeah, it's like
let's talk about lisent.
Yeah. So
Other topic.
Elvis type hair.
Yep.
Black or white T-shirt.
Yep.
Black or dark blue jeans, pretty tight, and black leather jacket and black shoes. And then for the women, again, classic 50s ponytails or a victory roll, any type of 50 hairstyles. The stereotypical poodle skirts, super big, polka dot pattern, and blouses, cardigan, just like the Grease movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Super fun, super unique. Again, going there, really surprised. So in Tokyo, if you go check out Yoyogi Park, is it both Saturday and Sunday or?
I think so.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You'll see it. Even if you go visit and you don't see it, try the next weekend.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Or Google YouTube, Japanese rockabilly dancing. So fun to watch.
Yeah. Even like where I'm from, Nagoya, I saw like so many times.
all over
there
Japan.
And, yeah.
And
like
they have so much
twisting.
fun.
Yeah.
And they don't give a fuck about people think about them.
No.
I loved it. I love watching it. Right?
But I saw one time, I guess like normal people, like regular people, trying to reach them out, maybe speaking or something.
Talk to them.
But I guess it wasn't the right time. So
Okay.
like they're kind of aggressive to
Really?
them. And I was like, whoa, wow.
Actually, I kind of,
Or
I
maybe
got that vibe from
they're
them too.
laughing at them.
Maybe, could be.
Because of
That's
course,
true,
like
that's
they're
true.
doing seriously and
Yeah.
they're having fun. So why you laugh, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They're really about that life.
Yeah.
Do you think some of them are like salarymen and
I think so. Some
So
of them are like that, and maybe
they wear suits during the weekday, business time, and the weekends?
they love to do that. Yeah.
But I want to say ganguro because your skin is so tanned. You really can't be like working in an office like a uptight, right?
I don't think like gyaru, kogyaru, ganguro, they work at
stores that cater to ganguro lifestyle.
And also this is kind of sad story, but at that time, like 1990s to 2000, all those girls, because of how they look, also they can really work, and then but they get guys to pay them some money.
Oh, like sugar daddy, sugar baby type thing.
And then that was big problem too.
Okay.
At that time, because how they afford all those expensive clothing and like
all those tanning sessions,
and like it's all you need the money to do it. So it was big problem about that. I remember when I was school kid, like my friend, sometimes I heard like, oh, she had a sugar daddy, and
Well, also sad, but not sad. Like it reminds me of in Thailand, living in Thailand, trans people in Thailand. It's quite common, way more than in Western cultures. And unfortunately, to afford all the surgeries, all the hormone, how do you say, hormone replacement therapy, just changing their looks, it costs a lot of money. But it's really common, but still not common enough to be able to get a mainstream job. And hashtag support for sex workers, but they become sex workers to afford their lifestyle, which is really common. So it kind of sounds the same as that, right? So I think that's it for today's subculture.
Subcultures.
And that brings us to our next segment. Kore ka sore. This or that. It's a segment where we take turns asking each other every episode to choose from 3 pairs of things.
So, just for fun.
Just for fun, today I'm gonna ask Ryusuke.
Yes.
So one thing, living there, for me, being of Chinese descent, rice or food is always eaten hot, most. But in Japan, cold bentos is a thing. So bentos are just lunch boxes. So do you prefer cold bentos or hot bentos?
Oh,
that's tough, huh?
It's kind of tough. Okay, I choose cold.
Okay.
Why? Because of this is my like more childhood story. Because my parents had on a small coffee shop. I see many times my dad prepare his own food during service, but then he has no time to eat, right? So like an hour later, finally he can sit and eat, but food
By
is
that
already
time,
cold.
Yes.
But he was eating it. I think it was cool.
You thought it was so cool that it's so like adulting.
So adulting.
Yeah, so adulting that, wow, he's eating cold food.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And that's why like I used to work in the kitchen too. Then I prepare all the staff meal for everybody. Then I always go eat last. But I actually like it too because I'm like,
it means that
I'm adulting.
Adulting, or you're a hard worker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you, even at the simplest form, a convenience store bento, they'll ask you, do you want to warm it up?
Yeah.
Which was like, for me when I first moved there, of course I want to warm it up. I don't want to eat cold rice.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's like it brings a different flavor eating it cold. And there's some bentos that the ingredients or the dishes in it are meant to be eaten cold, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Also in the eki bens, the bentos you can buy on the train stations,
on the
train.
Yeah.
Now they have the thing where you can pull a cord.
Yeah, like a heating system, small.
Yeah, you pull a cord and it gets so hot that it steams.
Yeah.
Right? You can see like steams.
Yeah.
Okay. So cold bentos.
Yeah.
Next one is JAL or ANA. Those are the two
Big
airlines
company in Japan.
JAL or ANA.
JAL.
Or how the Japanese people say it.
So we call JAL
Yeah.
or ANA.
So whenever there's acronyms in English, we say each letter. So like JAL, ANA, UFO.
Yeah.
But in Japan, when they see the English acronyms, they pronounce the word.
Yeah.
Right.
JAL, ANA, UFO.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
JL or ANA?
ANA.
ANA, okay.
Because I always take ANA.
Okay.
I had like a star. I think ANA.
Yeah.
Has Star Alliance, whatever.
Okay.
With other air company in the world, and because I had that, and I don't know, maybe because also when I was kid, sometimes we travel to my mom's home,
Okay.
which is Hokkaido, and we always do take ANA instead of JAL.
I want to say ANA is more of a, they fly internationally, obviously, but they have a good footprint, domestic footprint, right?
Yeah.
So if you're flying within Japan, you're probably going to fly ANA.
Yeah.
And then JL is more,
It's more like international.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But both airlines, super good, super nice. You get the
Great service.
great Japanese level service, great food. The planes are super clean, right? Even flying Air Canada, my most, I guess, recently time I flew Air Canada, the planes were actually refurbished JAL planes. You know, like the table tray.
Yeah.
The labels were in Japanese, and it was like there was like JL logos and stuff.
really?
So the Japanese take care of their planes so much that Western air carriers buy the refurbished, used Japanese planes.
Anytime when I go back to Japan, when we landing, and you see all those workers in the airport, right? I don't know if you notice or no, they're so bright. They do bow to the airplane.
Yes.
And they wave hand. And
so when the airplane touches down, the I guess, I don't know, the people on like the tarmac, right?
Yeah.
People who wave, they're bowing.
They're bowing,
Yeah.
and even like after you land in and then you're waiting for get out the airplane, you see all the people handing luggage and stuff.
Yes.
It's very like gentle and
And
when you come back to Canada and then you see it and they're fucking like
just throwing the shit into the car. Yeah, that is one thing I noticed. They respect everything, everyone's
everything. And I think in general they're very they have the pride for what they do. Right?
Yes.
So they're not gonna do like halfway.
Yeah.
When they do like perfect.
Yeah, they gently stack your luggage into the carts.
Yeah. So if anytime,
so Japanese.
Yeah,
That's
so Japanese.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to Japan, you should enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Like
they're not just
landing
throwing
in
your shit
Japan
around.
Yeah.
And the next one is so Japan has 3 different writing systems, right? Katakana, hiragana, and kanji. Katakana is used more for like
English word.
English words,
like foreign word,
or like big signage where it's because it's easier to read, right? It's less strokes. So because that's more for English words, I'm gonna ask you hiragana or katakana. Hiragana or kanji. So hiragana is like the Japanese alphabet, like it's spelled out. You can spell it out. But kanji is borrowed from the Chinese writing system where you just have to memorize each character. Which one?
Hiragana. Yeah. Because it's easy to write. Like,
because you're memorizing the alphabet, not.
Yeah.
It is super hard, man, kanji.
It is super hard, and especially these days, we have phone, and then there's a automatic translate to like kanji.
Yes.
Like you type like whatever, like for example, Nihon in hiragana, and then it turned into like kanji Nippon. But
so you don't have to memorize the kanji, right?
So that makes me more hard to remember and write it down, right? But also because it's hiragana, it's very own language.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean kanji also, we only use the certain amount of kanji because in China has way more, right?
Well, in China, that's
the only
that's the only way they have it.
That's
Sometimes if you notice in like manga, in the I don't know the speech bubble, you'll see hiragana and then you'll see katakana because some words are intertwined with the writing system. But then in small hiragana letters above the kanji, they will show how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So is kanji taught? Is it like cursive handwriting in North America now where kids don't learn that in school? Do kids still learn kanji?
Of course. Yeah.
Have to,
Like all my nephew and niece. Yeah.
Would you say it's more formal?
Kanji?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a business setting, if I had to write something,
you have to use...
I should use as much kanji as possible.
Of course. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because otherwise your paper or your
document
will be looks like kid document. Right? Okay. And it's difficult to read.
Yes.
If everything is hiragana.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
All right. That's it for Kore ka Sore for today.
Yes.
Our next segment is street level Japanese. Again, street level Japanese is a segment we want to share with you guys to give you more value, more education, more entertainment, and teach you about the more street level slang, informal Japanese that can help you be more fluent with the language.
And speaking to your Japanese friends, and you can surprise them.
Exactly.
Yep.
So today's word is
cho.
Cho.
Nani cho?
Cho is super, really.
Yep.
So it's informal, you said cho.
It's informal. You're not gonna say that to boss.
What's the formal way of saying super, really, a lot?
Taihen.
Okay.
If you want to go very formal in your like business meeting or something, you're not gonna say これが超すごいです。You say 大変すごいです。
Okay.
Like yeah.
So cho, informal, street level.
Yeah.
Super easy to use. Cho. So we'll give 5 examples of how to use it.
Yeah.
So something that's really delicious. I'm sure everyone knows oishi.
Oishi. Yeah.
Cho oishi.
Cho oishi.
Kirei. Kirei really means, kirei means beautiful. But also clean.
Yep.
So which is funny in Japanese, they associate clean with beauty.
Yeah.
So cho kirei.
Cho kirei. Like if you clean your room properly, and like when I look at your room like shiny, then I'm gonna say, wow, cho kirei.
Cho kirei.
Yeah.
Okay, opposite of kirei is
kitana.
Kitanai. Dirty.
Yeah.
And the segment from 2 episodes ago, I think, we talked about how you sound more fluent or also more rude if you shorten like NA ending in AI words, right? So you can say kitane. Cho kitane. Super dirty.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And
if
then,
you make mess and John look at it, then John gonna say, cho kitane. Yeah.
From our winter episode, we also, I think that's where we talked about how you can shorten it. Samui.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah. So we can use a lot in here, Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not just summer.
Today, it's like feels like minus 18.
Exactly.
Cho samu.
It's no summer. Cho summer.
Yeah, cho samui.
Yeah.
And another fun word, it's one of the earlier words I learned living in Japan. Mendokusai.
Mendokusai. Little bit long word. Hopefully you guys gonna remember.
Yeah,
it's very useful.
Very useful. Mendokusai means like troublesome, annoying. So what's a good example?
Okay. For example, my sister, when we were a kid, she loves bothering me. And then, for example, like she just keep poking me. Then I gotta say like, 超めんどくさい.
Mendokusai.
Yeah, because it's just annoying. 超めんどくさい.
Something tedious, right? Like filling out government paperwork.
超めんどくさい.
超めんどくさい.
Yeah,
right?
Or you get some big trouble and it's not easy to fix.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna say 超めんどくさい. Yeah.
You gotta wait in line.
Yeah.
At the DMV.
Yeah.
めんどくせえ.
めんどくさい. 超めんどくさい.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this segment of street level Japanese.
Yeah. Also subcultures
and
today.
Subculture. Yeah. Again, I keep on repeating myself, but really Google it.
Yeah.
Really interesting to see.
Yeah. Because unfortunately we wanted to talk more like small detail, but if we do that, it's gonna be like 1 or even 2 hours, and then I don't think you guys are ready to listen in us for 1 or 2 hours. So
I guess what do they say? A picture says 1,000 words. Just look at the picture. Yeah. So thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate for you listening.
Please, if you have time, and please review or
give us 5 stars.
5 star, or just leave the comment on Instagram, Twitter. We just make account, or even you can email us info@sojapanese.com.
Any comments, things that you want us to get better on, be more detailed about, or if you have any questions. Eventually, when we gather enough questions, we would like to do an episode where we feature questions from listeners. Or if we don't have that many, every episode we can answer a question. I think that'd be fun and interactive. So again, thank you for listening.
Thank you
for
so
your
much.
support. Arigato. Bye.